Hello, everyone. My name is Cass Hartley, and this is the case study in Chapter 3 about Erik Erikson that is located on page 57 within the textbook. It describes his personal, family, and societal factors that made him who he was. He grew up in southern Germany and was the son of a pediatrician. He grew up with his parents never telling him that his mother was married previously and that he was of the first marriage and that his father was a Dane. They kept this secret, feeling that a child did not need to know this, and they didn't want him to feel uncomfortable in the home. His first role models were the painters in the studio, but then the among the first ones were the doctor, which was his stepfather. He kept his stepfather's last name as his middle name, and he was expected by his stepfather to follow in his footsteps and become a doctor. He referred to himself among his schoolmates as a Jew, but was a tall, blond-haired, blue-eyed young man that went to his stepfather's Jewish temple. After high school, he became alienated from what his family stood for and went to art school, where he ended up in Italy. Erikson felt like a stranger in his own culture because he grew up within a Jewish, racially mixed family that is normally shorter individuals with brown hair and brown eyes, and he was the polar opposite, being tall, blonde, blonde hair, and blue eyed. The biological factors, which these are the questions, the biological factors that contributed to Erikson's identity crisis was never knowing his biological father and growing up with lies from both of his biological mother and stepfather, which ties into the psychological aspect because he was never given the option to know the truth growing up and was raised by the bearded doctor, so as he said, that came into his life after he was 3. The societal factors would be that his stepfather was the only professional man within his entire family. Factors from his childhood that were influencing his experience as an adolescent is that he took an escape going into the painter studio, such as he did going to art school when he graduated and then drifting to Italy. The significant factors within his factors, the significant figures within his life were his mother, stepfather, and the painters within the studio. These figures all came in contact with one another at some point within his life. His mother had the role of bringing him into the art world. The stepfather thought he should have become a doctor, and the painters gave him the sense of escape into fantasies in which they held him to no standard, and that's the path in which he went down. I did not see any positive factors that contributed to his ability to cope. He was lied to as a child, brought up by a man he deemed an intruder, raised within a sense of escape and fantasy, as well as being different from everyone that was around him. The only thing that I could see that was positive was that he took refuge in being different and that he could be anything within his art world. I think it's astonishing to see that an individual with this type of childhood would grow up and not only identify but develop the psychosocial theory in which he originally trained as a psychoanalyst. I believe that, as he states within this case study, distinguishing himself as different gave him a unique outlook on others with his art fantasy background that gave him a sort of creative point of view. That is it for the questions. I apologize about my voice. I've been sick for the past week, so hang in there with me. I hope you enjoyed watching my video about this case study, and I look forward to seeing your feedback on it. Thank you.